you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car? Ever gone mountain biking? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right tip? Have you called a plumber to your home lately? How superstitious are you? How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse? Have you had your hearing tested lately? Planning a trip soon? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen? Do you love to go a-wandering beneath a clear blue sky? Have you noticed what big stars real estate agents have become? Are you careful with your personal records? Does your computer ever seem to have a mind of its own? Have you ever visited a Chinatown section in a major city? Have you ever visited a flea market? Have you ever visited a truck stop? Did you ever have a job as a waiter? Have you noticed how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days? Have you ever had the desire to write your initials in wet cement?
Was she a great big fat person?
Wow, lots of questions there. Lots and lots of questions. I remember that show. I forgot what it was called, but I remember that show.
Yeah, I forget what it was called too. It was like Fact or Fiction.
Something. I think that might have been it, actually. I think you nailed it right there. I think that was actually it. So what is going on, everybody? It is Thursday night. Somehow I have been sick for a month and I am still sick. I apologize. I will try to catch all my coughing and sneezing and everything else, but I apologize. I just can't seem to get better. My daughter even came home from school today. She was sick. My middle kid is sick. My wife is sick. Everyone's sick here.
That's fun. A nice plague house going on.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like it. I don't know what I've got, but it doesn't seem to want to go away. But I'll make it, folks. I will make it. And yeah, but anyway, folks, this is Wrestling Outlet. I am Boxman. And across from me is a man with a hitch penis. That's right. It is.
That's right. It isn't my voice of generation.
Yeah, Alfred Hitch Penis, as it says on your name there on YouTube. Very nice. I like that.
So what happens is I think of good names throughout the week and then I forget to write them down and then I scramble for them at the last 2 minutes before I hit enter the review.
Oh, so you come up with these throughout the week. I got you. Very nice. Good. Very good. Yeah, I'm not. Been a rough week for me, folks. Like I said, I've been sick. The funny thing is, I know I sound sick, but I don't feel as bad as I sound. My body hurts.
Well, I got AIDS, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Well, I'm not that bad. I mean, I'm skinny. I probably look about how Magic Johnson should look, but I mean. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling very well lately, and like I was telling Smark, I'm just more worried about the left side of my head, which is my cluster headache side. That's really the scariest thing right now going on with me. So I don't want those to come back. That's bad. That's very, very bad. So. Those do not need to come back. But by the way, thanks for NORAD being in here at 11:17 this morning. Man, that's early, man.
Hell yeah, he's pretty good in that shit.
Hell yeah, man. This is fucking hell. I hope he was tailgating. That's what he should be doing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Out there tailgating. I like it. But yeah, so we had Bad Blood. Did you watch any of Bad Blood?
Yeah, I watched some of it. By some of it, I mean just the first match.
Oh.
The first match was Drew v. Punk, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I do know that. I heard a little bit about what happened on the show. I didn't watch much, but I mean, let's face it. The only thing people have been talking about since Tuesday is ratings. AEW's ratings down. NXT ratings up. Down. Fuck. They don't pay your bills, folks. No, I promise you, they're not going to pay your bills if you fucking praise them. They're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, folks. What do they do? Is this for the whole month they're on Tuesday, or is this just for
AEW? No, I think it's just this week.
This week? I thought it
But
was maybe. I think it might be next week too.
Let me take a look, see, but I'll see.
I mean,
We're not exactly know.
We're not going to throw ourselves into this conversation right now, but let's get some facts out there first, and then we can kind of roll through as we usually do, doing a little overview. But oh, folks, I'm dying here, man. But oh, by the way, everybody, I'm taking a day on Saturday. I'm not doing the show. It took me 3 hours to breathe correctly after I did a show myself for an hour and 20 minutes the other night. Meanwhile, I did a really good movie. I did The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Andrew Dice Clay's movie. Great fucking movie. I had a blast doing it, but I couldn't breathe.
So according to the AEW website, the event section, the Dynamite/Rampage in San Jose is scheduled for the 16th, which would be Wednesday. It'd be next Wednesday.
Okay. So they're back next week right away. Okay. So, all right. So this was a short little, this was like a little exhibition.
The Salt Lake City is the week after, and that is also a Wednesday. I'm going to just go ahead and assume. Actually, let me go ahead and check. Hold on. October 30th. Yeah, the next round, the rest of the month is back to Wednesdays.
Back to Wednesdays. All right. I mean, look, I mean, let's just face it. We know their ratings have been dwindling lately, but let's also not forget there were a few people doing this little thing called evacuating. I mean, I'm not making excuses, but there were probably a few thousand people evacuating for a little storm called Milton. By the way, I hope all my
stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
It was a big hurricane. I hope all my Florida people down there are all right. Especially my man Joe. Joe is actually out there in Tampa. I hope Joe's okay out there. I hope he hears this. Yeah, definitely a lot of shit going on. Are you getting any type of weird weather from this shit yet, or no?
Not this one. Last one. Yeah, Halloween. We got the remnants of that. And it rained. I mean, nothing bad happened. It was just a lot of rain. Like I had never seen it rain so hard in my life. And there's like a couple of trees, like branches, not really trees in my area. In like neighboring towns, there's a tree down, but just a lot of rain, just a couple of branches down just because of the wind and because of, in my area, there was a really big drought going on. It hadn't rained in quite a while. So just the like surplus of rain just kind of uproot, causes problems because you get like uprooting trees, you get the put down power lines, shit like that. But no, everything was all right here, just a lot of rain.
Well, good. I'm glad you're not getting any. I'm definitely not yet. I don't know if it's going to even get near us, which it usually, if it does, it's only bad thing is they start turning into tornadoes when they get up here, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I know that hit the Tampa area hard last night. So hope everybody's okay out in that area. I know, I think Beef, old Beef might be out in that area. So hope he's doing well out there too.
Shout out to him. I hope he's doing well. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I believe he's out in that area. I think Bod might be out in that area too. From the those are guys from the old IYH days, folks. But
I don't believe so unless things change. I mean, we're really going like inside references here, inside baseball. But yeah, I think he's more around my way.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm pretty sure Beef is out in that Tampa area, but yeah, they got hit fucking massive with that fucking storm, man, and it was crazy what we saw out there, man. I was watching videos and I guess North Carolina got hit really hard. There were people like bridges washed out, and that area of North Carolina where the water is basically little islands. So, these people get stuck if there's no bridge.
Right.
So some people, I mean, they're, you're fucked. What are you going to do? Take a boat across, or you can't get your car across?
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's not easy, but hope everybody's all right. I actually know people in that North Carolina area too. I did move from North Carolina to Florida. So,
That whole thing is just like, I don't know. It's a real like debate on like good taste, I guess, because there was a lot of people who were like filming it and putting it on YouTube and stuff, and like not even just in North Carolina and like in Florida where it would obviously make most sense. It was like kind of the epicenter of where the two hurricanes are hitting, respectively. But like, I was seeing people that was like we talk about sometimes about like Pigeon Forge, that whole area where Dollywood is and shit like that. People, it flooded a lot over there. People are filming that. It just seems weird that just everybody just like jumps on the kind of shit and just starts filming it and put it on their YouTube channel and shit, like making like kind of ad revenue off of like natural disasters. It seems like a little sketchy to me. And then you have like all these. It seems like literally everybody, because they have the shit on. They have it on Dynamite. They're talking about it.
Mhm.
Like everybody has their own like relief fund charity situation, and that's a good thing that people are getting it. But like all of the companies rush to put their names out there, and they get people to donate, and then they donate in their name, and like the company takes all the credit, and it's all good, just PR and press for them. Meanwhile, like some of that shit, like from what I understand, like I don't know if it's true or not, but like that shit could also just be like tax write off for them. So it's like,
well, no, charity donations are always a tax write off. Number one. Number two, what it's become now when these celebrities donate is a reason for the right or the left to praise one. Oh, look, Kid Rock donated $2 million. Taylor Swift hasn't. Taylor Swift donated $5 million. Ooh, look, Taylor Swift donated $5. Where's your money, Kid Rock?
Well, I wasn't even talking about celebrities. I was talking about just like companies specifically.
Well, and
or like you get like the NFL, or like we were talking about AEW has their own. Like I don't know if it's AEW specifically, or it's just like Warner Brothers Discovery. I think more so. It's like give us money and then we'll donate, and it'll be tax write off for us, and it'll be good publicity for us. Meanwhile, it'll actually be your money that's going towards it. But you won't get any recognition, but we'll pat ourselves on the back for how great we are. And it's like I said before, it's good that the people are getting the money. Hopefully they are, and all that kind of shit, and the funds and food supplies and whatever else is coming with all that. But like, it's also still just a little bit shady that everybody's jumping on the good PR trend.
It's just the way it is now, man. Everybody wants their name out there. Everybody wants to look good to one side or the other. I'm not saying left or right, folks. I'm just saying they want to look good to one side or the other. I'm not picking a side here, but it's really just what it is. Like I said, it all ends up being for political gain, and it's a tax write-off. If you donate, you can write it off your taxes. I think there's a certain amount. I think if you donate like $5, it's not really. But I think if you donate like over 100, it might be tax off, tax writable, whatever it is. Deductible. Right. There you go. That's the word. Folks, I'm doing the best I can. I swear to God, I am. I'm giving you 100. I'm giving you 100 right now. I really am.
I understand. Well, you could say that, but I think more so than anything, it just has to do with you not paying taxes. I think you just like, look, I'm sick. Okay. Oh.
Nah, actually, my wife is very good at doing the taxes. She uses TurboTax. They audited us 2 years ago, and we were like, "Fuck, we're gonna owe." We got back 5,000. So I trust my wife with doing our taxes because we get back a decent amount every year. And when I tell people that we got audited and got money back, they're like, "Well, what? Huh? You did what?" It's like, you collected from the FBI? What? You did what? Yeah, we did. We got like 5,300 back from the government that year, and we were like baffled. I'm like, holy shit! I thought we were gonna owe like $6,000 because I thought I had something, but it turns out that was already paid off, which is why the audit got tripped, because it was some government thing that I had that got paid off. So anyway, yeah, I do. I do trust her with those, but yeah, I mean, the donations are great. I mean, but unfortunately, you never know where they go once you donate to a company, really. Or even, I mean, shit, those guys on the fucking street, you don't know. I mean, with the boot, I mean, you hope it goes where it goes, anybody. But you never know. You just don't know where any of this charity money is going. I mean, I used to donate to the police fund, and then someone told me all these phone calls you get for these police funds are all bullshit. It's just scams. So I don't know. But I always made them send me. I never gave my credit card over the phone. I always make them send me something and then say, I'll send you cash, but I'm not going to give you my credit card. So if they do send something, I will put a 20 in there and send it back or something. So one year I got back a nice little sticker. You donated to the police fund. Ooh. I put that bitch on my car. I guarantee it got me out of a ticket or two. Yeah, seriously, it's worth the $20, folks, to get the sticker. I promise you.
That all depends on what neighborhood you live in, honestly.
I don't know, man. Just saying you donated doesn't mean you fucking love them. Just means you're trying to get out of some tickets every now and then. That's all.
Hey, I hear you.
Hey. Yeah, I don't have that car anymore, so that's gone. That's gone. But there was a decent amount of wrestling done over this week. But yeah, I really feel that all anyone's been talking about since Tuesday, actually, I guess since Wednesday morning, really, yesterday morning, is the ratings. So let's get into a couple little things, and then we will talk those ratings before we get into where a whopping one title match happened.
Oof.
Yeah. Two? Wait.
I'm sorry, you cut up quite a bit. I didn't hear any of that either.
All right. Oh, no, you're right. Yes, it was. It was 2 title matches on Title Tuesday. No, there was one. There was one. Just the women's title. That was the only title on the line all night. Yeah, I'm serious. We had Hologram over Commander. We had the women's world title #1 contenders 4-way match.
Mm-hmm.
We had Jay White versus Cody Chun. They got their Cody back. Mm-hmm. Mercedes Moné versus I didn't recognize Emi Sakura. Danielson and Yuta versus Claudio and Pac. That's all we had. The only titles match was the women's match. Mercedes Moné versus Emi Sakura was for the TBS title / New Japan Strong Women's title.
Yeah.
That's it. All the other matches were matches. Now, yes, I know, folks, we got Wrestledream coming up. We'll be doing the predictions later on, I promise. But I don't know. I would say Tuesday night show, certainly. Look, I know they still have Friday night to be a go-home show, but your flagship show for you should be your go-home show. No one's watching fucking Rampage or Collision, whatever's on Fridays. No one's fucking watching that show. Turns out no one's watching fucking Dynamite either on Tuesday. But no one. Okay, you're getting.
Well, that is how the first statement was proven correct. If no one's watching Rampage, if no one's watching Dynamite, yes, it stands to reason. That is good. That is good deduction on your behalf.
Listen, Rampage does get worse ratings than Title Tuesday got this week. It did. But which should tell you no one watches that show. So why would you make that your go-home show? This show should have been your fucking holy shit, we can't miss. This should have been your fucking loaded show. I didn't find it to be a loaded show on Tuesday, which I didn't watch until actually today. So, because I honestly didn't. I forgot. It was on Tuesday this week. And then I saw people talking about it yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was on Tuesday this week, but I still didn't watch it till today. Good.
I knew that I was in for something when, like I said, I also didn't know that it was on Tuesday, or I had forgotten because we talked about it last week. It was going to be on Tuesday because of the playoffs, but I knew it wasn't a good sign when I forgot that it was on Tuesday. I woke up and I just saw like one YouTube video about like somebody bitching about it, and then I went and checked Twitter, and nobody else was talking about it. And I was like, well, this is not good. It happened, and no one was talking about it.
Yeah. It just didn't have a punch. It wasn't a bad show. I'm not going to say it was a bad show. It just had no punch. It had no. It was just it was a forgettable show. It was a forgettable show, and that should not happen when you're leading up to a fucking pay-per-view. I mean, I know it's their like 18th pay-per-view in 3 weeks, but just weird to me. It was just weird the way this show was. I don't know if it was the match, long matches, first of all. Gotta stop. There is no reason every match besides the fucking Jay White match had to go to picture in picture.
Which is ironic because he's really the only person on that like the card that night that you actually would have wanted to see wrestle for like 20 minutes. Like everybody else is like, no, I'm good. Like he's the only one that's actually capable of doing that too. He's like, no, we're gonna give you a squash match. You get 2 minutes. Fucking Commander gets 24. It's like, why? Like I like the luchador shit. I like lucha wrestling. I like high flying, spot fest, whatever. But like when you make it 20 minutes, the motherfuckers get gassed out. It looked like they were tired about halfway through.
Let's see, how long was that match? Believe it or not, that was only 11:59.
It felt a lot longer.
That's the one good thing. When I get the results, I usually go to Post Wrestling, and that is one thing that those you guys do is they put the match times on at the end of the description. So if you want to really want to go through it again real quick, Hologram and Commander was 11:59. We probably should just go ahead and talk about Dynamite while we're here. We're talking about it now, so let's just keep going. Let's just start with this. Just please keep Jeff Jarrett on commentary.
I liked it. Yeah, he was like actually like he was asking questions. He was like creating these narratives and talking points and like trying to add backstories to shit, which was like much needed because there was a bunch of matches and things that got set up either this week or the week before, and he was like trying to like build stories behind them. It's like, well, good for you.
Yeah, I thoroughly look. I'm an admitted I like Jeff Jarrett, but the guy literally, I thought he did great on commentary. Fuck, when Taz comes back, get rid of that fucking masked prick.
Something.
That's all I'm saying. That fucking guy who you can't take seriously because he's sitting there in a fucking mask. I'm sorry. All right, I'm done. Okay, so we had Hologram over Commander.
Yeah.
Hologram. Great match. Really was a good fucking match. Only 11:59 though. It did feel like a 20 fucking minute match. I'm not fucking sitting here saying you're wrong. It did. Then we had the AEW women's. Now this isn't counting all the backstage stuff. We'll get into the whole Moxley segment and all that stuff after we go through these matches real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. We had the AEW Women's World Title #1 contenders 4-way match. This was Willow Nightingale, Jamie Hayter, Nyla Rose, and Saraya. We saw Penelope Ford return out of nowhere. I will never not want to see her out there, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, why not?
I knew when I saw Kip Sabian back or whatever his name is. Is that his name, Kip Sabian?
Yeah, he's been lurking about for the last like month or two, just like sort of feuding with Christian, but not feuding with Christian.
I knew she was not far behind. She's usually not. Willow did end up taking that match. 11:24 is all that went. So it was just about same time as the match before. And
Does
then
it feel like she gets a title match in every pay-per-view for some reason? Like, I don't understand why. But she's in like every title match. Just get like not. I guess the last show it was her and Stat Actor, but like before that, it was just like title match after title match after title.
Oh, Willow.
Yes.
Well,
and I mean, I'm not even saying like she's fine, but like if you have her like get and then lose like 20 title matches, like if and when she does win one, you're not gonna give a shit.
Well, here's a couple of funny things. First of all, suddenly Chris Statlander is back to being a babyface, which, what? Okay, whatever.
She was doing a good job as a heel, too, and now she's just, like you said, a plucky babyface.
I would like to see her have a good heel run after this is over, however they were working this. But if you really think about this, who was in the match, Jamie Hayter just got back. Nyla Rose, dude, Jamie Hayter was trying when they were going through their little fucking set of moves, and it just wasn't working. I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with Nyla being anything but not a good wrestler.
Sure.
Done. That's it. And Saraya, who really isn't there to go out there and win matches anyway. Who else you going to put who else you going to have as number one contender? Willow's the only one that's got a fucking real storyline right now.
Oh, and she did have the TBS title.
That's it.
She's lost all the title matches, so I don't want to put that on her. But I don't know. I would put Saraya there because everybody knows Raw not losing. So fuck it. Put her in there with Saraya. They'll have a good match at least.
Yeah, they would. They would. But I mean, that match wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. Like I said, Nyla and Jamie Hayter, I thought, had a horrible little back and forth there for 2 times. I thought they had absolutely no chemistry. I don't know what was going on with those two, but it's like finally they decided to kind of stay away from each other.
I was liking the little interaction that like Willow and Nyla were having because it was like kind of had like a little bit of a house match going on.
Yeah, those two actually were fine together, but for some reason, her and Jamie Hayter couldn't put fucking 2 moves together that looked not botched.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I guess. Then we had Jay White over Cody Chun. And this was the quick match, which why did they have Jay White have to cut this promo when he was clearly gassed? I felt bad for him. I'm like, y'all couldn't have done this like backstage and after his match, before his match.
Yeah, pre-tape.
This poor guy was dying up there. And I'm like, I look now and I'm like, dude, that was 3 fucking minutes. You're out of shape, motherfucker. He did just come back. Let's give him that.
Yeah, he was injured. I mean, they spent the crux of the time on commentary talking about that.
Yeah, but man, just hey, I was just happy this match didn't go to picture in picture, you know?
Mm-hmm. The only thing I really remember about that match was just like Jay White wins and then Juice Robinson goes in the ring and just pretends to pee on his opponent like a dog. He lifts his leg up. I was like, well, there we go. You make it like we always talk about like people making the most of their time on camera. It's like, well, that was probably the best part of the show. That was 20 seconds.
Yeah, he does. He does do well. I like that. I like Juice Robinson. I think he's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. He's so out there. It's just fucking. It's good stuff to watch. Then we had the TBS New Japan. That was the match we talked about earlier. This was for the title. Finally, we get to a title match on Title Tuesday. Mercedes Moné beat Emi Sakura by submission to retain. I didn't recognize Emi. She's gained a pound or 2.
No, she's kind of always been like that. But that's what I liked about because they got to Mercedes cutting a promo, and she's like, "You think I don't respect you? No, I got nothing but respect for you. You've been wrestling since before I was born." It's like, wow.
Well, the only thing is, you got literally Mercedes in there looking like a toothpick compared to this girl.
I think that's part of the problem too. I think that's what kind of accentuated it, was that she's so very thin, and Damien is not.
Mm.
So like it stands out a little bit, but yeah, I mean it is what it is.
It stands out. It stood out last night. I mean, her legs look like fucking little fucking chicken legs up there. She skips leg day, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Then we had what I thought was a fucking great match. Danielson and Wheeler Yuta beat Claudio Castagnoli and Pac via submission. Pac tapped out. That match was 15 minutes and 20 seconds. By the way, the last match was 10 minutes, 10 seconds. This match was 15 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I mean, I thought this match, the main event was fucking great. I think with the way it started with Moxley saying, he in the beginning of the show, we had this another backstage promo with Moxley. And man, I'm sitting there watching Moxley. And I'm thanking God they finally switched up. He's not doing the act. Rose.
The shimmy.
I think I cut out again. Did I cut out again?
Yeah, a little bit. You were saying that basically
we were not. I mean, we were
doing
just
the fucking shimmy anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I was complaining about his promos just being fucking just completely monotone, melancholy bullshit, just the same shit over and over. I'm glad he switched up a little bit because he needed it, in my opinion. He needed it. At least what he's saying now has some purpose. Before it was just, oh, I'm big bad, I like to bleed.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm glad they switched this up. It was very needed of Moxley because, like I said, it was the same shit with the Axl Rose fucking talking, making his little faces.
Right. I like the story that you're telling with that, because basically he's saying that he doesn't it almost seems like he kind of doesn't want to, but it feels like he has to just sort of beat Danielson, basically like put down the old dog, as it were.
Yeah,
just you keep doing this to yourself. You've wanted out for the last 2 years now, been being reckless, this and that. It's like, well, if you want it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna fucking take you out on your turf. You get to be nice and peaceful. That's it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. This little promo by him, and he said it's got to be him. Nobody else can do it. It has to be him. So, then we had Darby Allin, come out to the ring, in his pink jacket and call out Brody King.
This was fucking terrible.
Because okay. We just talked about this with Moxley. Same old. This is what Darby Allin does. You come out. He says what good friends you are. He says how much you meant to him because everybody was a big, huge part of his life, and he wants to thank them and this and that. But now I can't stand you, and now I'm going to fuck you up, and I'm the underdog, and I'm going to end up winning the match no matter what, and he gets laid out. Which he is going to end up match, but go ahead.
I hope not, but yeah, he will. But I hope not. There's so much wrong with this. I hated this shit. He comes out, okay, and like you said, he claims that he was the reason Brody King got signed to AEW. He was the one he grabbed Tony Khan's checkbook and he filled out the whole contract himself. There's all this shit. So it's like, okay, first off, you're making Brody look bad because he's like, you're here because of me. I did you a fucking favor. It's like, wow, okay, this is great. Good start.
Yeah, great.
And they're talking about, he's like, hey, you remember all these times that we hang out at all these crackhead motels and we spent the night laughing and telling stories and drinking Chardonnay. Well, now you're bitter and resentful towards me and my success, and I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Like, so, okay, you have Brody come out. He's like, yeah, you're right. I am jealous of you in your spot because I did want your spot. That's what he's accusing. Darby's accusing Brody of stealing his spot. He's a fucking trios wrestler. Like, when have we seen Brody like have a singles run? So it's like, no, that doesn't work. And like, he's doing the whole House of Black thing, or was. I guess Malachi Black or Malachi Black. He's in AEW. I couldn't remember if it was Malachi or Alistair, but yeah, I guess he's fucking right along with Miro in the void of just purgatory of not being used anymore. So we might see him in another 2 or 3 months. But he was doing the House of Black shit. And then, so it's like, why would he want Darby's spot as a singles wrestler? Because it's not what they're working towards. And so he's like, yeah, you have Brody go out and be like, yeah, I am jealous of you and resentful of you because I can't accomplish what you could accomplish. It's like, okay, well, good. You're making this guy look like a fucking just jealous bitch. That's great. And Darby calls him out, and he goads him into attacking him. Brody doesn't want to do it, but like Darby keeps making fun of him, and he's like, hey, I'll even do the stupid little taunt thing you do. And like Brody gets tired of this guy just like calling him a little bitch. It's like, so he fucking attacks him, and then Darby pulls out a fucking rock and just bludgeons him with it. It's like, that's not really what a face does. And you make Brody look like a total fucking bitch, and you're making your face guy and Darby look like a fucking heel because he just basically goaded somebody into attacking him so that he could fucking beat him with a weapon.
Dude, I hate to say it, but if you explain it like that, it's like fucking the old Daniel LaRusso is really the fucking bad guy in Karate Kid because he did taunt that guy until he beat the shit out of him enough times.
Mm-hmm.
Is Darby doing Karate Kid? See, I called him Ralphie Allen, Ralph Macchio. See, I nailed it. I nailed it a week ago. I called this. I didn't even know we called.
Also, Brody had a lot of valid excuse because he's like, look, you're being reckless. Like, you've got this nice job and you have these people that look up to you or like need you for support, and you're doing all this wild, reckless, dangerous shit. And what happens if you die and you can't support your dad? And he's like, why don't you fucking kill me then? It's like, what? Like, he doesn't even get to finish like his whole reason as to like why he is like upset with Darby before Darby cuts him off and just starts yelling at him and fucking taunting him and just basically telling him he sucks shit. So it's just like, watching this, you want Brody to win. Like, that's not what was supposed to happen, but that's what ends up happening based on how it played out.
See, and again, this is something me and you talked about months ago about Darby Allin fucking possibly doing something stupid one day and fucking killing himself. Listen, how many times did people talk about Jeff Hardy possibly doing what stupid motorcycle stunt and killing himself too? Darby does even dumber stuff than Jeff Hardy. I never thought I'd fucking say those words.
That's true.
But Darby's out there doing even dumber stuff than Jeff Hardy. And yeah, what? I'm sorry. If I was Tony Khan, I would not be putting much into Darby because of the dumb stuff he does. I would have my money in a Miro. I would have my money in someone like that rather than have my money in a Darby Allin that wants to fucking climb Mount Everest and be left up there with the hundreds of people, maybe thousands, who have already died doing it. Why would anybody want... If I owned a company, if I was Mr. Khan, I would look at him and go, he's a fucking liability.
So
he is a liability. I wouldn't even keep fucking paying him. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want him on my dime, on my roster, if he did something stupid like that. I wouldn't want it.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think you could really necessarily justify putting the title on it because it's like, you can't trust him like that. So that's I could see that like hurting him down the line. I don't think that's why they ended up having to lose his title shot. I think it just made more sense to have Moxley challenge than Darby at the moment. But yeah, I could see that. I do have a question for you though. Let's say Darby does end up climbing Mount Everest, and God forbid something does happen. How long do you think it would take before Feinstein started selling forged autograph pictures of him on Facebook?
right,
20 minutes or 40 minutes?
See, I was going to take the under on 15.
I'm just automatically I'm going over based on my question.
I was going to go under because usually it takes him like about 8-9 minutes to first he posts the picture with him and them. First that's first. The picture.
Just a verification process.
Him doing duck face,
Mm-hmm.
pointing at whoever it is. And then a few minutes later, I just happen to have signed crack pipes by fucking Balls Mahoney here, for $19.99 as he's in the back fucking looking up what his signature looks like on Google. No, I mean, not that he would do that. Not that he's ever been accused. No, he has been. No, wait. He has been accused of that. I'm sorry.
That is a terrific visual of like, I wish I had artistic talent. I would draw up a cartoon of this, of like fucking Rob Feinstein just in a room somewhere, like with one of those fucking like glasses that they use to like look at diamonds or like to put like the fucking ships in the bottles. Just you have Rob Feinstein in a room somewhere tracing a fucking Balls Mahoney signature onto a crack pipe.
That was probably a really bad ref. No, it's probably a decent reference and a decent comparison, but I don't know where that came from, and that wasn't meant to be malicious in any way. I like Balls Mahoney. He was a cool dude. I'm just saying. Okay, my whole point in that was Rob Feinstein is a fucking vulture when someone passes away. I've said this before. I will continue to say it, and I feel he is. Sorry.
Yes. He was selling fucking like Roddy Piper. That's where I got the joke from. It was like I saw on Facebook him selling Roddy Piper autographs like the day he passed away. I was like, Jesus.
Look, I get it. Strike while the iron's hot, but Jesus Christ, let the body get cold before you put the fucking iron on it.
Mm-hmm.
My God, you're burning his flesh. Don't burn his flesh.
That's right.
I can smell it from here. I'm sorry. The guy is a vulture. He fucking, it literally, that's how I feel he is. He is just hovering around the body, waiting for the right time for his post to go out in order to get his fucking, strike while the iron's fucking hot. Listen, it's a business. I understand. I get it. I may not agree with it, but it's how he makes his living. I don't have to agree with it, but I can have my opinion on it.
Right.
It's all. I'll leave that there before he goes crazy and Chris Hansen's at his house. All right, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary, Boxman. I know it was. I don't care. I think I just talked myself in the third person. I am sick.
Well, he's apparently going to be really excited soon because I think those Costco guys are trying to do wrestling, so I'm sure he'll be really excited to meet the Sons of it.
I saw him show up at an indie event.
He wrestling the fucking honky tonk, man.
No, it wasn't. I forgot who it was. It might have been MLW. We're going to talk about MLW in a few minutes here. But he was somewhere. I can't remember where. But yeah, those Costco guys. I don't know, man. It's just. Like I said, man, I get it. It's how he makes his money. It's a business. I don't have to agree with it. I can have my opinion on it, and let's just leave it at that.
There you go.
People make money in much worse ways, doing much worse things. So he's probably pretty low on the list of scum, but still on the list.
You talking about Feinstein or the Costco guys?
I think I'm talking about Feinstein, but you never know with those two. Who knows?
Yes.
I mean, I like Costco. I do like going during lunch. You used to get samples. Now you get little bags of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love going for samples, but I mean, you can still get a fucking, like a hot dog and a fucking large drink for $1.99. Shit, you go to the you go to.
CCW.
Well, I've only got the closest Costco to me is 90 miles west. I have to go to a little town called Rockwall in order for me to go to a Costco. We have Sam's here. Sam's is pretty fucking cool, man. You can get a fucking literally a hot dog and a drink for $1.38. That's including tax, folks.
But yeah, same at Costco basically. Yeah, I'm more of a Costco person.
Well, like I said, I have to drive 90 miles to go to Costco, or I can drive 18 miles and go to Sam's. So we got a Sam's card, Sam's Club card as soon as we moved up here. We had one before, but the one we used to go to closed down, so we got rid of that. Then we moved here, and everything changed. So
makes sense.
We had to worked out. Our Costco was just about up anyway. I think we had like a month and a half left, so it worked out fine. So one less card in my fucking wallet.
Right.
Yep. Don't think we were completely done with AEW. I don't know how we strayed that far. Oh, we started talking about Darby Allin and how horrible that segment was.
Yes.
I know you completely made your point, but were you done with all the complaints?
Yeah, no, it was well, I guess you could add on the fact that like Darby's a terrible actor, but like almost everybody who cut a promo like that night was terrible actors except for like Moxley. Like you get a good Moxley promo and then it just like, good Moxley segment. He's changing up his promo style. And you get Darby Allin and then you get fucking Top Flight. And then it's like, oh boy. You get a Mercedes Moné promo and it's like,
oh. We're gonna skip that. We're not even getting into that. What I got even more confused about was this next segment, Smark, and I'm hoping you're with me. I don't know if this has all been playing out on Collision and Rampage or Rampage and Collision with Lance Archer and Don Callis and Jake Roberts, but somehow Don Callis managed to make a deal and trade people that weren't even in the Callis family that I know of to get Lance Archer in the Callis family. And now Jake the Snake has Roosh, Mortos, and the other guy. Who is it?
I always fucking stumble on his name. It's like Talistico or some shit. Like that can't be his actual full-on name. But yes, if we've learned anything, and people like to call out Triple H for being racist, but AEW has just established that 3 Mexican guys are the same. They're worth as much as 1 white guy.
Well, it happens.
I mean, granted, he's a very tall man, and they are all luchadors. So, like, if you're like height and weight-wise, it might add up that way.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is, this season isn't even. I mean, I can't even find the word in the article, so I don't think they put it. It was weird. It was super weird. That's what it was, and it was like, why is this happening? Number one, number two, why is it happening this way? I was so confused. And Renee is back there, and Jake can still talk when he needs to, not as much as he could, but she's like, who did you get? And he's like, you like surprises? So do I. Basically, Jake Roberts is like, I mean, my God, imagine him and fucking Nick Nolte in a movie. Oh my God, call it the throat hurting movie. Both talk like hurts to talk in their throat. But this was the weirdest fucking thing. This weird trade that happened. Again, were any of those 3 that Jake got in the Callis family that you know of?
Nope. I believe unless they have a fucking Callis Family International.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume these guys were outside of Home Depot, and that is how they got picked up by Jake Roberts. Is this where I'm going to? Is that what I have to assume then?
Mm-hmm.
No, not how it worked. Good, because I don't fucking know how it worked. I'm asking someone to explain it to me, please.
I think this is human trafficking is what this is.
Well, did he? What? No did he? Did he? No did he? Did he? I don't know. Is this did he or no did he?
Jake Roberts made a deal with JBL and he acquired 3 luchadors.
JBL brought him in. See, this would make some sense. Okay. Now we're
That's a
talking.
missed opportunity. I mean, JBL's hanging out in fucking GCW. You could bring him on for an episode. But look what I found.
He is going anywhere. But I don't know. I just thought this was one of the most confusing things on the show. And then when Jake finally revealed who it was, I was like, wait. What happened? But they're not in the. Okay. We're supposed to suspend disbelief here, right?
None of it made sense. Like, hopefully they talk about why this should happen next week. But in the meantime, none of this made sense. Like you said, it's just like, all right, so Jake Roberts manages luchadors now. And like, okay.
All it turned into was this is a historic trade. Yeah, historically stupid. But anyway, I digress from our complaining on this. We luckily got to hear from Daniel Garcia.
That would actually, it's a shame that they were not more manager trading wrestlers. Like, how fucking great would that have been if just like mid fucking like late 80s, early 90s WWF, if you just had like fucking Paul Bear was managing Akeem and Slick was managing the other team. Like, you just had a trade on the episode of like fucking Saturday Night's Main Event for no apparent reason.
I mean, it's happened before in wrestling. I'm not saying this hasn't happened, and that was one of Tony's excuses. This happened when I was a kid. I wanted to do it again. So, Tony living out his little dream here, but I don't know, man. It was just this actually could have been done well. It could have been done very well. But those guys are not in the Callis family. That's all they had to do was bring those guys somehow into the Callis family. And this would have made complete sense.
Yeah, it's almost like, if you wanted to do this angle, if there was somebody who Don Callis had in his family that he didn't like and was at odds with, that you could, give to Jake Roberts, and that would cause a conflict, and that would lead to a segment. But, that didn't happen.
Right. And obviously I think you're talking about Kyle Fletcher, not Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay doesn't need anyone to talk for him.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying is you could have made an angle out of this of him like trading Will Ospreay because he was pissed at Ospreay, and then Ospreay being like, fuck that, I'm not doing this bullshit. And then like Archer attacks him, and then he's in the Callis family or whatever.
Yeah, that would have been fine too. Or literally, you have 2 guys you can get the fuck out of the group. Ospreay was kind of already out anyway. Fletcher's kind of not fucking doing what he's told. There's 2 guys you can knock out of the group. Bring in 3 more. Then you make this fucking trade. I don't know. Like I said, this may have been going on Collision and Rampage, and I have no clue because I do not waste my time on Collision and Rampage, much like no one else does. So I don't know. But Lexi Nair was backstage with Mark Briscoe. Whew. Briscoe was much better this week. I enjoyed this much better.
Yeah, he was. I take back Moxley being the only good promo on the show because I forgot that there was a Briscoe segment. He's basically, and like it's fun. It's interesting because like you have Mark Briscoe being serious, which almost never happens. Like, I don't remember a single time in like his Ring of Honor run where he was actually being serious. Like, even when he was having a singles push, but like understandably so. Like with the situation of like Jericho mentioning Jay and him just being like, "Look, you don't want to go there. Don't do this. I'm gonna fucking whoop you. Like, this isn't a joke anymore. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass." Like on the pay-per-view. It's like, wow, okay. Like, I suddenly want to see this match more than I did before. Which, I mean, granted that you're going from about a 0 to a 4, but I mean that's still more than me wanting to skip it.
Yeah, I guess that's better. Yeah. I thought Mark was a little bit, because I'm telling you, he's better with. I feel like he had to remember lines last week, and it really fucked with him.
It could have been.
So, but I mean, listen, folks. I know we were all super worried about this, but finally we have an answer. Daniel Garcia isn't going anywhere. He's staying in AEW, folks. I know. Everyone has lost sleep. I get it, folks. Time to relax. You can get some rest now. Daniel Garcia is staying in AEW for good, probably, because I really don't believe WWE needs a guy like that.
Well, considering most of the WWE stuff is based on like storylines and angles, people being able to cut compelling promos, I don't see how that would work.
No. I'm telling you, the only way they would bring him in is being one of the Bellas. He'd be the Bella brother. Their last name is Garcia. I'm telling you, that's what it's going to. I'm telling you, one day it's going to happen. He's going to come out with the Bellas, the Garcia twins, and Daniel Garcia.
It's going to be like the 2024 edition of like when they put fucking Low Key with like Cool.
Oh,
and like Cool was they were both taller than him.
Well, fucking ants are taller than him, but anyway, let's not do that.
Fucking Michelle McCool comes out of the ring with Low Key in her purse.
Her purse?
Man, I demand respect. Put me down. Do not put that sweater on me. I do not want to be one of the minions. Stop that. I'm a warrior.
Shit. All right. We don't need to. I think we had the Mariah May joining commentary for the show. And really, we didn't have much more on this show. Like I said, we had Jay White and his horribly. Oh, we did have a little bit of the learning tree. We had Hook yelling and screaming and almost beating the shit out of Kip Sabian. Still can't figure out, but Christian was a little almost respectful to Hook.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he offered his condolences.
I would say he was about as respectful as anyone could be to Hook. They did mention Luchasaurus being still out right now. I do not know, folks, if he is still on oxygen, but I know he's not going to be back for a while. That I do know.
Right.
And we had the learning tree segment where they were talking to Rocky Romero. I just love it. I just think it's hilarious. I can't help myself. I can't do it. I can't help myself. It's fun to me.
So, I mean, if you would hazard to guess, like, because they're doing the whole Taz like attacker thing, it's supposed to be like a mystery, and like, I would assume that maybe we find out at the pay-per-view or something like that. But like, Hook is on the lookout. Who do you think?
Know. Maybe, because we do know Taz is out. Just had surgery. He's going to have the other knee done, I believe. So he has to have both knees done. So I don't know. They may drag it out past this pay-per-view, which wouldn't be the worst idea. I wouldn't hate it if they did it. But eventually we're gonna have to find out who did it. I hope we do. It would be a horrible storyline if they didn't follow up on it.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that they will, but I'm hoping they will. I'll put it that way.
That's the thing about this. This is just like really interesting to me because it's like, well, who do you end up having this be? Is like, is somebody that's already on the roster? Do you use this as a way to debut somebody? And then if you do, like, kind of why? Because it's like your thing is that you attacked like somebody who doesn't wrestle and hasn't wrestled like 20 years. That's how you debut, is by feuding with Hook because you beat up his dad. Like, like this is I'm curious about it. I'm interested in the angle, but it's like, well, what do you do with this?
You know, I had a piece of news up here earlier that I decided not to talk about, but I guess now that we mentioned it, we can. There is one person they are possibly looking to bring in. Moxley. Well, Moxley got the trademark for What was the name of the tag team with him and Sami Callihan from back in the day? That was an S, I believe.
Switchblade Conspiracy.
Say it again, please.
Switchblade Conspiracy. It was them and like CZW and I think maybe HWA, but CZW specifically.
That I was still talking when you said it. I talked over you. I wanted you to say it clearly. Thank you. Yeah, that is he got that trademark. And I mean, I guess you could bring in a Sami Callihan like that. He's the one who did it. He did it I did it for the Mox. I did it for the Mox.
Well, there was at one point in time where he used to weigh about as much as Rikishi, but then he dropped a shit ton of weight. So
yeah, that's true.
That
would be. I mean, I guess that's one way you could do it. And like I said, I for some reason I had that article. I decided not to talk about it, but he did get that trademark recently. So
that's how you bring back Eddie Kingston. It's just like, look, you're too close to stealing my gimmick, partner. We only need so many loud, belligerent New Yorkers on the show yelling and screaming. I can't have you stealing my spot.
I think Homicide is closer to Eddie Kingston than that, but I don't know. I
True.
like Sami Callihan. I thought he kind of got I thought he was handed a shitty gimmick in NXT, and I thought he made the best of it, and I thought they kind of fucked him over.
Yeah, I would say he didn't deserve to be banished to Impact for like the last 10 years. I felt bad for the man. He did the best he could with that shit. He was interesting from what I saw of his run as like champion, and like he did all right with that.
Yeah, but I like the hacker gimmick and stuff like that. I think that had potential. Everyone kept saying Vince doesn't get it. Well, it's because it was because it was so updated. It was so at the time, but now it's like, no, I don't know.
Well, it just doesn't work because like Vince doesn't get it because I'm sure Vince thinks that like people hack like the movie Hackers or like, you know, like they're still using the fucking like Windows 92 or 94 or whatever, or it's just like they're all wearing the fucking like just all black and they got like a ski mask on even though they're at their computers and not actually breaking into somebody's house. But like, I don't know if you could do a hacker gimmick because they tried that with fucking Mustafa Ali and it didn't work either. Like a couple years later.
Yeah, but that was a bad time because that was kind of like an Antifa thing.
That's true. It is slightly different.
That was kind of a volatile time because let's face it, it was during the Trump times, and which we could be coming back into again. I don't know. I don't care. But that was during those times. But that hacker gimmick could have worked. You know, Vince, he was like, just get him a clapper.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in, lights on, goes out, lights off. Okay. Crowd's clapping, lights are going on and off. Vince, we didn't need strobes here. We didn't. The clapper is on.
See, what happened, pal, was that Mustafa hacked Lars Sullivan's username, and he would go on these bodybuilding forums and post these lewd things about my daughter. And nobody but me can say lewd things about my daughter, pal. Damn it.
Oh, here's what you do. You bring in Sami Callihan back with the hacker gimmick, right? Because all these fucking, you know, all these Aryan guys got a hacker, right? All these fucking kind of guys, they've got a hacker. So you bring him in as the hacker, right? That, they say, is the reason he was the reason the explosions didn't go off in that exploding match that they had with Eddie Kingston. Not with Eddie Kingston, but where Eddie covered him. That's why they didn't go off, because Sami Callihan hacked the system, the detonator, so it wouldn't ignite fully with the power, because he hacked the power. Look how far I bring that shit back. My God, that was the worst thing. You know what the bad thing is? I just booked that like Tony Khan.
I love the idea that like after years of like him being in TNA, that like AEW reaches out and Sammy's like all hyped about it because he's gonna be making some good money. He's gonna have like national television and shit. And he like fucking goes to AEW, and it's the very first thing Tony says, like, all right, so we're gonna bring back the hacker gimmick. And he's just like, no, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, but that would be hilarious if Tony booked it like that. And he actually had him say, "Oh man, I hacked the detonator."
Hey, you remember like 3 years ago when we had a really bad end to a pretty good pay-per-view? That was my fault. Also, so the following things happened. I've been creating a bunch of bot accounts that talk shit about AEW on Twitter. That's been me. I hacked the Nielsen system. That's why the ratings are so low. That's all my doing. I've been, yeah, that's an idea. I just think it would actually be fucking hilarious if they just gave him the hacker gimmick at the end. Like that's the only like frame of reference Tony Khan has with him is that he's the hacker from NXT.
Dude, there is so much they could make up for. They could be like, look, he was also behind all the technical difficulties we've had the past 5 years. He's been behind every problem we've had the past 5 years on live television. This has been all a hacker. It's been him. It's been him. They could blame everything on him. It's like when a guy fucking quits or gets fired. You blame it all on him. Blame it on that guy for at least 2 weeks.
I mean, if we're gonna recycle old NXT gimmicks, I think Trevor Lee's still out there. Like fucking, I want the redneck millionaire gimmick back.
That could be fun.
That was like the best part of NXT when we used to watch it. Was the fucking Cameron Grimes crypto millionaire gimmick. That was some good shit.
That's more of a. That sounds like TNA shit. But
yeah, I don't know. Okay with that too.
But I think we're pretty much done. We had the Will Ospreay Don Callis segment, which was fine. Will finally got him to admit that he sent Takeshita out there to break up his match. I didn't see any problem. It was much better than the fucking trade human trafficking segment. No diddy.
I traded you to Prince Nana.
Just thought Prince Nana's about to get. They're doing even worse. MVP is hijacking Swerve from Prince Nana. There's all kinds of fucking shit going on this show. People are just being trafficked everywhere. My God, this is a Diddy party. Where's the white fucking suits? Good God. If everybody comes out in white next week, I'm fucking sure I'm turning that shit off, folks.
That'd be interesting.
I'm telling you right now. I'm doing it.
Well, I actually have an idea for how you could make Private Party more interesting.
Oh, boy.
You have them out there in the white suits. They have baby oils.
All right, we're stopping.
They may or may not have been responsible for the on-screen death of Keith Lee.
We were going to talk about Keith Lee actually tonight, and you know what? I guess we're actually. You know what? Before we get to Keith Lee, because we can get into him, but we kind of mentioned the ratings. The ratings were horrible, folks, for this show. Yes, they were on a different night. That is one reason, but I don't want to gloss over the fact that we have discussed on this show for the past few months. We don't really focus on ratings. I don't really care about ratings. I'm not one with a television, so they ain't getting shit from me. And I've never been a Nielsen anyway, so they don't get nothing from me. But you can't just gloss over the fact that, and we haven't, that they have definitely been declining in ratings. We tried to figure out why. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, their shows have been hit and miss, but this should have been a fucking loaded show. This should have been your big, huge, star-loaded show to go into Wrestledream, which is an 11-match show. All right? You didn't have half the people on this show that were, I mean, I guess you did. You actually found they did. They actually found a way to get everyone on the fucking show. They did. I didn't realize it, but I'm looking down the list. They actually did. They found a way to put everyone on this match on this card on the show. Amazing. My dogs are barking. I lowered my mic down. Oh, right as I sniff. So yeah, they did, but yeah, I guess we can I don't know, man. I mean, tough time of year, shit going on, storms happening, election about to happen. People got a lot of shit on their minds. We can give you 50 fucking excuses, but their ratings have been dropping pretty much weekly. They go up every few weeks, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we really shouldn't fucking bitch, piss, moan, and complain until we see what happens next week in their regular time slot. But I don't know, man. It's been a huge topic this week. And, you got your. Some people are actually trying to defend this, and I don't feel it's defendable. But you definitely have your NXT hardcores and your WWE hardcores laughing at AEW for this. But, hey, what are you going to do? Both shows have had bad, showings. But when WWE's developmental beats your show by over 500,000 viewers, you can only use that we weren't on our regular night up to a point.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To a point.
I agree with that.
It's a point, but there's something else getting you to that point, But I don't know. We haven't figured it out. I really think it started going down after. I think it started dropping a little bit after the whole Punk thing. I think after they showed that video, and they showed most people sided with Punk in that video. And I'll be honest, this drop really, if you go back and look at their ratings, once the Young Bucks kind of took a hold on the champions and did this fucking we're taking advantage of the show, I don't think it's workable. I'm telling you, right? I believe the Young Bucks need to fucking step back, not be out on television anymore, and run the fucking company.
I think more than anything,
I could be wrong, but
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you're looking for anything that might be wrong, is like there's just kind of a lack of long-term looking. I think because like when it first started, that was the thing. Was like you could see them putting pieces into place that would eventually, they were going to pay off in a couple of months from now or a couple of weeks or whatever. And now it just seems like there's no real like emphasis on long term, like maybe one or two things. Like they did the whole Mariah May, Tony Storm thing. That was obviously like they had a plan for that in the beginning and they like executed it over a series of months. But for the most part, it seems a lot of it just seems kind of fly by night, kind of slapdash, like we were talking about before. Most of the matches that they booked for Wrestledream, which you said is fucking 11 matches, happened within either on Dynamite or that just happened or the week before. And it's like, okay, I can understand when you're doing the whole all in, all out thing where it's like a week or two apart. You've had a fucking full month to book this pay-per-view and to like put the storylines into place. And then it seemed like Tony Khan woke up one day and was like, oh shit, I got pay-per-view coming up. Just throw this shit together.
This is what happens when you book fucking 18 pay-per-views in 3 weeks. I know I'm exaggerating, folks. Leave me alone. I'm just saying. We just had a pay-per-view. What was it? 2 weeks ago, we had a pay-per-view for AEW, and 2 weeks before that, we had one. It's crazy.
It was 2 weeks. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to take a look here. Give me a second.
Yeah, I was about to look it up too. Let's see. AEW PPVs. Yeah, whatever. List. All right. 2024. Not upcoming. Okay, we had All In August, on August 25th. September 7th, we just had All Out. And yeah, all right, I get. Oh, wait. Okay. And yeah, okay. September 7th. So less than a month later, we're already having Wrestledream.
Well, no, because the Wrestledream would be the 12th, so it would be a little bit over a month.
Oh, you're right. Actually, you're right. It is over a month. You're right.
But that's 4 weeks. That's 4. I mean, 8 shows if you're counting Rampage and Collision or Impact and Dynamite and Collision. Fuck.
Yeah.
We're not going to count Rampage. Fuck Rampage. Who cares? But you have 2 weekly shows that some people watch sometimes, I guess, that you could build matches and pay-per-views for the pay-per-view on. And it's like, well, you didn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it's I mean, okay, so within 2 months, this is the third pay-per-view. Still, month and a half, really, if you think about it. October 25th, September 7th, almost a month and a half, basically, we're looking at 3 pay-per-views. Jesus Christ, $50 a pop. Who fucking holy shit. I mean, not like we pay for them. I'm just saying. Okay. You know, it's ridiculous. But that's a lot to fucking fit in there, man. So, but
and the hits keep coming, by the way, for Tony Khan, because just kind of throw it in here. Jaguars are playing the Bears in London on Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. So I'm gonna have to get my ass up to watch that, I suppose. Chicago left, the Bears left like Monday, like right after their game. Jaguars decided they were going to do that on Thursday. Their flight was delayed by the hurricane.
Yeah.
So they're going to be getting into London apparently like late Friday morning or early Friday afternoon.
Oh.
So that's not great for them either.
Yeah, that's not good either. Well, Tony probably had to take care of Dynamite first.
I wonder. I mean, I do wonder. I'm not making excuses. The show wasn't that great, and that's the problem. And there's lack of storylines going on right now. You reap what you sow. But I do wonder how that factored in, like him, because they're making the preparations for the London game too, and he was trying to book the show. There's all that shit. Like that's got to be a lot of fucking work. It's a big undertaking.
Yeah, I'm sure that could have had a little bit to do with it, but. All right, well, Tony has to fucking plan better, obviously. And, you were talking about the storylines not being long-term anymore. That was one of the things that Bischoff and Bully Ray were talking about a couple weeks ago. Swerve had said on that show that they're looking to do, not do any more long-term booking because of, the attention span of the fans, which... Even the ADHD people can fucking keep up with a long storyline if it's fucking captivating.
Which is yes, it's a bullshit and a half because JR used to say that all the time. But even when he was way back when he was with WWE, was they don't do long-term storylines because people don't have the attention span. They just want the next thing. It's bullshit.
Right.
If you tell a good story and you make it compelling enough, the biggest angle, hands down in fucking the last decade has been the fucking bloodline thing. And that's been going on for ages. And people are still, people are still enjoying it, and people loved it. Especially early this year, going into WrestleMania. They've been telling that story for quite a while.
Yep, they sure as fuck have been, man. And I mean,
then
it has been great.
And then, even if you look on the AEW side of things, the two hottest angles, the Swerve Hangman angles, that's been going on for about a year now. And then you have the Brian A. Tony Storm thing that it was months. Your best angles, your best feuds were shit that was building for months.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, people still read fucking books, okay? People still like stories. They just have to be fucking good. They have to be captivating. They have to suck you in. And no, I don't mean anything crazy by that, but they do. That's what a good story does. That's what a good wrestling story does. It sucks you in. You get a little bit of attachment to it. You get emotionally involved. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what makes it good. Otherwise, it's just a story and no one cares. You're going to forget. Like I said, this fucking show was forgettable, which is bad when you got a pay-per-view coming up.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't know, folks. I don't think we can pin down anything to the ratings. Let's again, it's pretty hard to defend. What was it, 352,000 or something like that? I think I might have actually gave him more viewers. Hold on a minute. I had it right here. I did. If it was 329, I said 352. Damn it. I gave him more viewers than they had.
Yikes. Putting up the Impact.
Yeah. I mean, Impact does 90, but again, they're on a fucking station that isn't in that many homes, and I pretty much bet a lot of those are not Nielsen viewers. With Access TV. That's like you have to get like the third tier of cable to have that shit. No one fucking pays for the third tier anymore. I promise you that.
Fucking Pax TV, and that doesn't even exist anymore. There's like old episodes of Dawson's Creek and that Impact.
See, that's the thing. No one wants to watch that. They had 329,000 compared to NXT's 895,000. So yeah, definitely destroyed. Actually, the article I have here is by Forbes and reads WWE NXT destroys AEW Dynamite in back-to-back weeks amid Tuesday Night War. They weren't on Tuesday last week, were they?
No.
I think Forbes might have this wrong. And I mean, can we stop calling this a fucking head-to-head war? It's a week. Assholes. Not that. No.
Fucking poor Ricky Starks has PTSD. He's in a foxhole somewhere.
He probably does. That's probably not bullshit. He probably does. He probably actually does right now. Anyway, I think we're good on that. I don't think we have any more on that. I mean, the ratings are the ratings, folks. We'll talk about them more next week after they're back in their regular time slot, and then we'll do that a little more next week. I really don't even know what to say. It's awful. I'll tell you that. It's not good. It's not a good sign. But like I said, there was basically a whole state evacuating. I mean, and people, I'm just going to say a lot of people had that storm to worry about, not just Florida. I mean, that storm was going everywhere, man. So, not a reason, but anyway, let's get into honestly, Smark, I got like 3 little quick news stories, and then we can do predictions, and we can head on out of here. I don't really think we're going to talk too much about any of these. Smark, MLW. That's right, MLW, folks, announced yesterday that they now have an action figure deal with a revitalized brand called Galoob. I don't think I remember Galoob.
Yeah.
From the 90s?
No, not at all.
Let's see if we can find any of this stuff. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can find any of them. Oh, all right. Here we go. Let me pull up some images here.
I'm not going to type in glue based on what happened the last time I typed something into a search
bar. No. I typed in Galoob line from the 1990s. That's what I think. Those were my exact words I typed in. I got it right here. Give me a second. Okay. Hold on, Mark. Folks, I really apologize if y'all can hear me breathing into this mic. I really am trying hard to sit back.
A little bit of ASMR never hurt nobody. It'll be all right.
Well, I'm not trying to do that, but there you go. I shared that. Mark, share it.
You got it.
All right. I'll make it a little bigger for where did it go? There it is. I'll make it a little bigger when we start getting some pictures. So here we go. Here's a good one we can pull up.
Oh man, I think I had a couple of these action figures and they sucked because you couldn't move. You could not move them at all.
Yeah, these were the really stiff ones, not the fucking old Hasbros that moved.
I had a Hogan one and I had a Flair one.
I think I had the Sting one.
Yeah, I didn't have the Sting one, but
all right, let me because we're not on the same. Let me hold on. I'm going to stop sharing this one, and then I'm going to share this one because we got a bigger picture on that one. There you go. Try that one.
You got it?
Yeah, that's better. So this is back to the WCW 90s days when these were. Yep, these were the hard plastic shiny ones that don't do nothing. But it's all right. MLW, though, did get a deal on them. So, if you're wondering which fighters you might be able to see, folks, or wrestlers, let's check out their wonderful roster. It's not that big. Here, let's share that too. Why don't we, Smark?
No, sure, why not? Of course, check them out.
No, we're looking for not that right here. Okay, you should be sharing that right now. So we've got, all right, Kojima, heard of Kojima, Matt Riddle. You can get eventually they'll probably have one, a Mystico, Mads Kruger. They're going to have to get some Bane proof, some shit to do that. I don't know. Kenta, I did not know Kenta was an MLW. I did not know that.
Nor did I.
Suzuki, one of the World Tag Team Champions. I didn't know that. Tom Lawler. Not really sure who he is. Alex Kane.
He's a former UFC guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Robbie Lawler.
No, he was also a former UFC guy. Trust me. Yeah, I could not off the top of my head tell you. He's Filthy Tom Lawler.
Filthy Tom Lawler. That's what I was just about to say. Filthy Tom Lawler. Okay. So I have heard of this guy. Alex Kane, never heard of. Janai Kai, never heard of.
I feel like you would like her. She basically does. She's got the fucking like Karate Kid style gimmick on.
Okay, makes sense with the name.
She got the headband. She's got a lot like the fucking like Muay Thai tape on her. So she wrestles barefoot, but she got like the Muay Thai tape around her.
Oh yeah,
it's like a bunch of karate type shit.
Very nice. She looks like she's one of their champions. Akira. Very spiky hair on Akira here. Look who's there. Donovan Dijakovic. Look at that.
I completely forgotten that he existed. And I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do more with him in WWE. I mean, he got saddled with the fucking Retribution stable, but
yep.
I thought they liked him. I'm surprised he's not.
Yeah, well, he's there. Matthew Justice. Don't know who he is.
He was in GCW for quite a while.
Looks like the lead singer of Monster Magnet. Yep. Paul London, who I swear I thought was Christian Bale from Batman.
Might be.
Bobby Fish.
Where's the law?
I don't know. Timothy Thatcher. We've got Bad Dude Tito Escondido. I like that name. It rolls. Bad Dude Tito Escondido. I like that name. I really like it's very catchy. Delmi Exo, never heard of. And is this who I think it is?
Hell yeah, it is. It's fucking Ricardo Rodriguez. Well, not Ricardo Rodriguez. You can't have a
Jesus Rodriguez, my man. Look at that. He looks good.
Hell yeah, man.
He looks good. A guy named BRG, which looks like a K-pop guy. Ikiro Kwan. That's a scary looking dude right there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he'd be a villain in Bloodsport. Mr. Thomas. We've got Paul Walter Hauser. Look at that. Brock Anderson. Here's where he went.
And C.W. Anderson. This is like the most horseman of all time.
You got to have them. One called Manders. That's his name.
Right. He's a cowboy.
Is Trevor Lee? Is this?
It doesn't look like him, but it would have to be unless he just straight up stole his name.
It doesn't look like him, but it does look like him, but it doesn't look like him. I don't know. Trevor Lee, Akamura, Miyu Yamashita. Yamashita. Mascara Dorada. Barbaro. My God, these names are getting harder and harder to say, folks. Barbaro Cavernario. Star Jr., Los Aztecas, and the Sentai Death Squad. Now we got a few managers here. Look who we got here, Smark. Look at this. We've got Selena De La Renta.
Whoa! I just saw.
Right here?
Well, no, actually, I knew that I knew he was there. because I love me.
Looking at this one or this one? Which one here?
Dario Cueto. Well, yeah, I popped for Bill Alfonso, but Don King, like this is. I want to watch now for the manager. Like, if you could tell me that on a at least bi-weekly basis, I would even hold you to a full week. If you could tell me that on a bi-weekly basis, we would get some kind of interaction between like Don King, Dario Cueto, and or Bill Alfonso, I'm watching the show every fucking week.
Dude.
Because that is the most wild list of managers. Like, why is this not what AEW's managers look like?
I don't know, but this is pretty fucking awesome. Don King is one of their fucking managers, promoters / managers on this show. Cesar Duran, formerly known as Dario Cueto, Saint Laurent, and Bill fucking Alfonso, and again Selena De La Renta, who, God, she is so pretty. Oh my God. And your broadcast team, Joe Dombrowski and Christian. When the hell did JD Vance start doing commentary for MLW? Is this guy not running for vice president? Wait a minute.
I will full on say that I do not know that isn't how his name is pronounced, but the idea that his name is Joe Dombrowski is pretty funny to me.
I would say it's Dombrowski.
Well, the first time you called him Dombrowski, which is pretty fucking great.
Well, it worked. This guy looks like he's running for vice president. I swear to God, he's got the same eyes. Oh my God, I didn't know JD Vance also did MLW commentating. Way to go!
And maybe that's what it is.
Hey, you gotta have a fallback. They say, Smart. So
they have fucking Don King in their promote. That had to have been like a one-off, and they're just like leaving him on there to make it look like they're more important of a company than they really are. Because they had Paul Walter Hughes or whatever the fuck his name is, the actor guy on there, and I can't imagine he's working for them like regularly.
Oh, probably not. But there you go. There he is, Don fucking King.
Oh my God!
I wonder which office this is. He has an office down in Deerfield Beach, Florida.
I never realized how much I needed a Don King Dario Cueto interaction on wrestling television. But if somebody could point me in the direction of whatever episode that happened, and if it did, I would pay good money to see it.
He, I guess he's the lucha promoter, is what they're saying on this show.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch MLW on a regular basis, but they had their own Lucha Underground type situation,
right?
And like they like to have little spin-offs on their weekly show of like things that are different than regular MLW. Like they did one that's supposed to be like based on like 90s WWF. So like they do these like I guess story arcs or like series. I don't know if it's like a series or a season or something, but like little like couple episode series of just shit that's different from regular MLW. They do. It's kind of interesting. It's a cool idea, at least.
Yeah, it is a cool idea. Don't read the chat. It is a cool idea. He didn't say that word. Don't read. He didn't.
What in God's name? Hold on a second. Okay, hi. What's up, homies? Definitely meant homies. MLW was awesome for a minute. Laurent looks a bit like Bam Bam.
Oh, I told you not
King's
to.
hair is.
No. Don't do it. Smart. Don't you do it.
It's
another one.
No, I said
Don't feel the
air,
air, everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better run away if you just can't stay.
It's a nightmare. I don't know how I could hear you talking over that. Usually it mutes the mics. Your hatred for him permeated the StreamYard voice.
No, you can unmute the motherfucker. That's what I said. I can unmute,
I didn't know you could do that. I thought it just automatically until the clip got done playing. No, that's interesting.
Yeah, you can click you can click it and unmute yourself. So anyway, yeah. All right. Yeah, you can unmute yourself when they're playing. You can do that. So there's some of the action figures you can look forward to possibly seeing in the future for MLW with the Galoobs. So there you go. There you go, folks. And we did say we were going to talk about Keith Lee. So I guess we can real quick. He is, everybody was wondering where he's been. He was supposed to have a match with Swerve at World's End and AEW last year, and he just didn't. They just kind of pulled him from the match. Next thing you know, we hadn't seen him since. Well, it seems
Right.
like whatever I'm guessing here, it seems like whatever health issues he was having when he was in WWE before he was let go seems to be possibly coming back because he is once again having an undisclosed medical issue, which, my God, I mean, do not leave wrestling fans to speculate, folks. My God.
Now, was he taken to a local medical facility?
I believe so. I believe he was. There's not really a lot to this article. They really don't know. The only update is that he hasn't been on the show and he is sidelined with a undisclosed medical condition. That's it. That's really all the article says.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. But so he's out. He's not just not being used, as everybody else was basically thinking this was a whole kind of Miro situation where he's healthy, ready, and not being used. But no, he has not been cleared, and he may not be for a while, folks. So don't expect to see Keith Lee around for a while.
In the meantime, I need Tony Khan to look into the contract situation for MLW. Be careful not to do anything wrong, because they will come after you with their legal team.
Yep.
With respect to them for that. But figure out whether or not Don King is under actual contract with them. And if he is not, I need you to bring in Don King, because when Keith Lee gets better, I need fucking Keith Lee and Don King to be a thing.
Yeah,
imagine fucking Don King coming up with it, speaking basically his own language, followed by Keith Lee talking like a fucking Renaissance fair character. Those promos would be the most amazing thing of all time.
Oh, that would be great. That would be good. That would be fun. We should do that. Or he should do that. But, he won't. He'll spend money on some indie darling or WWE guy that just got fired or whatever. I'll tell you who he's not going to be spending money on, Smark.
Who's that?
Maria Kanellis.
Oh, yeah?
I have to be honest, folks. I did not know that her and Mike Bennett were still under contract with AEW. I don't know if I think they were doing Ring of Honor. I don't know, but she says her contract is up October 31st, Halloween. And she, according to her, quote, I haven't heard anything yet. So she said she's been trying to get a hold of someone there to talk and see if she's still going to be, employed, but hasn't heard anything yet from anybody at that company, even though she has tried.
That is a big WCW energy, isn't it?
Well, like I said, I forgot she was even, him or her was even there. I just thought they were, I don't know. I don't know where I thought they were. I'll be honest. I don't think about them. How's that?
Hey guys, just calling to see if I have a job. Please hold. She don't like cocaine.
But it's the musical version.
What? Lines, all the fucking AEW hold music is just songs about doing cocaine.
They probably still have Cody's theme on there.
Please. God, that got me good.
Oh, and she's listening to Cody's theme the whole time. Oh my God.
Thank you for calling the AEW. Please hold.
There's more than one royal family in wrestling.
Hasn't he been gone for like 3 years? Like, shut the fuck up.
Shouldn't you have not done that? I mean, shouldn't you change that?
It's not even like proper hold music. It's just QT Marshall just holding up the fucking phone to the speaker while he YouTubes Cody Rhodes' theme.
It's just all fucking just like what is that? Copyright free music that they've used over the years. It's the old Hardy theme over and over again.
I swear to you, I was just about to say that. I was like, what's actually in public domain is the Hardy song.
Probably. because we know that's copyright free. Oh yeah, that was a big Spike TV used that on fucking everything for a while, man. Everything, and then when it turned into was that the Man channel? It turned into for a while. I forget. They've been so many channels that station.
Well, the Spike TV launched as the Man. It was a channel for men.
Okay.
Like before that, it was on TN. It was like TNN.
Yeah,
it was original.
It was something. I don't know. But I forgot they were even there. So, but sadly, she was diagnosed with, she does have some sort of tumor on her adrenal gland. So she is going to be needing a surgery very soon. So I guess she's going to update everybody after the surgery. But that sounds like a very weird spot for a mass. So, no matter if we're making jokes here, good luck to her.
Right. Yeah. And it's also, it's got to be shitty to not know what's going on with your career.
Yeah.
While all that's going on. It's like, do I have a job or not? Like, you need to know this soon.
Yeah. Yeah. A little extra stress. Just, just throw that on top. It's not going to hurt anybody. So anyway, I have nothing else, Mark. If you want to do these, this list of, and by the way, I guess that, I exaggerated a little bit. There's really only 10 matches and one pre-show match.
Okay.
So, not as bad, I guess.
A brisk 10-match pay-per-view.
Here we go. Let's see if I can read that, Smark. I don't know if I can. If not, I'll just go to my, I was trying to get them all in one. I think it'd be easier to just cut it in half, wouldn't it? See that better?
Oh, well, if you need help, I'm zoomed in on my screen so I can read it for you if you'd like.
That'll work. That's fine right there, I think.
Says no. Okay.
So we got the pre-show match here, Smark. So here comes some Wrestledream predictions, folks. We're going to knock these out, and then we're probably, I believe, we're going to get out of here. So, all right. We have the pre-show match, which is the ROH World Television Championship match. This is Atlantis Jr. versus Brian Cage. Right now, Atlantis Jr. is your champion.
That's right. Ring of Honor World Television Championship.
Yep. What do you think?
I think I have no idea because I had no idea he was a champion. I have no idea how long his reign's been. If it makes sense for them to move the title on to somebody else. Well, all these things are mystery. So I'm going to just guess if it's on the pre-show that they're going to put it on Brian Cage.
Oh, they're going to change titles on the pre-show.
Yes, maybe.
That's Ring of Honor. No one gives a shit.
Exactly. That's my line of thinking.
I would like to see Brian Cage with it. I think that guy should have some sort of title, but I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna change titles on the pre-show. I'm gonna go with Atlantis. So we look at that. We start off, Smark, on different wrestlers already. All right, Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho. This is another ROH match. This is the ROH World Championship since Mark Briscoe is the ROH World Champion. I see Mark Briscoe taking this. No reason for Jericho to have this title right now unless they're shopping for a TV deal again for ROH, which I doubt they're going to do. So I got Briscoe.
Yeah, I actually forgotten for a period of time that Jericho was the Ring of Honor champion already. But that being said, Mark Briscoe, I'm going to also predict him.
Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. Now, those two guys, Brian Keith and Big Bill, will be out there. I'm sure part of the conglomeration will come out and set that straight, and we'll get that all done and all that shit. So, all right. Let's scroll down a little bit here. We've got this wonderful match, Darby Allin versus Brody King. Not a goddamn thing on the line. So, really, all Darby did is go down there and piss off a friend. That's it. That's all this match ends up being now. It's stupid. So there you go. I'm telling you, Darby's going to win this match. He's going to be beaten the shit out of, and he's going to pull out a fucking coffin drop at the last second, barely able to stand. Boom, match over.
No, Darby for sure is winning this, but after what we were talking about, I want Brody King to win just because they made him look like a total bitch. And I'm hoping that they like let him win so that he can like save face a little bit. So I'm going to pick him to win under the full knowledge that he will not be winning. Like literally, we talked about this enough, but like it reminded me of that segment. Like you remember like, several years ago when they had Luchasaurus like in a promo say, "I'm not a real dinosaur." Like that's what this shit reminded me of. Is just like you completely ruined the guy's gimmick and mystique. Like his whole idea is he's this like big scary badass, and it's like, hey, you remember when you were on the Indies and you couldn't make a lot of money and you had a kid coming, so you were scared and you were crying in this crack motel that we were in? And like it's just like, oh god, this is terrible. Like, why are you killing this guy's your friend? Why are you like completely burying this motherfucker?
Like I said, all I did is make a fucking enemy out of a friend. That's all I see here. That's all I fucking see.
Beat the shit out of him with a rock. Like, even the fucking, like, Eddie Kingston, John Moxley feud, like, they took them a while before they actually started fighting each other. They didn't just, like, beat the shit out of each other with weapons, like, right off the bat. Some friend you are, asshole.
No, I mean, why are you bringing a fucking rock to the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got to put.
It's premeditated.
They're going to start patting these guys down again, man. Old school.
It seems like it would be attempted murder. Like, how is that allowed?
Well, I mean, you know,
you've got arson, you've got attempted murder, you've got trafficking. Like,
how smart. The Rock.
Oh shit! You need.
The Rock was gimmicked.
Okay, I see. They need to get fucking Ricky Reyes out there to rehash his Lucha Underground gimmick of being an undercover cop.
Being a cop? Oh well, you can't bring Joey back in.
Well, yeah, that's why I said Ricky Reyes. You're gonna have to like put somebody else in the Joey Ryan.
I don't know. I mean, he didn't do that. I mean, the guy deserves a second chance somewhere, I guess.
I can't remember everything that he did, but I feel like he just kept making it worse.
He was one of those guys that was just like he would really sympathize with him, get him back to his house, and eventually they would, oh, hold me, and then bang, bang, bang. That's how it went. So I mean,
after that, I think he just kept making it worse for him. After this allegation that he like kept talking, like trying to sue people and like saying a bunch of like bad shit online. Like he kept digging the hole. Sort of.
Yeah, he did. But listen, I don't know. I wish we knew more about the Velveteen Dream shit because I think there might be something underlying there, but maybe there isn't.
I so badly wanted to stick up for the guy, but then he also kept making it worse. Where he's like, "Oh well, how bad was it?" Really? And he like got kicked out of fucking Planet Fitness for starting fights. It's like, okay, you got to chill about that.
Yeah, I mean, I really do want to fucking defend the guy too, but it's like every now and then someone's like, we have this evidence that he did this, and I'm like, do you though? They were really trying to fuck him over. So
that is true. I am genuinely surprised that like AAA hasn't reached out to him because they just do not give a fuck. Like it's Mexico, it's an entirely different set of rules. It's Conan, he doesn't care. Like just fucking bring in Velvet. Oh, why not? He's got all the talent in the world. He's fucking incredibly irresponsible and reckless apparently.
I would bring the guy. I would bring him in a fucking mask and change his fucking name. That's what I would do.
Perhaps.
That's what I would do. All right, so we've got this Jack Perry match versus Shibata because I don't even try to say that first name. We've got the singles match here. This is for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry's your champion right now. No reason, in my opinion, to put that bad boy on Shibata. Jack Perry's doing just fine with it, I think. Plus, they did all that spray painting to it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Jack Perry's going to win. It'd be a good match, though.
Should be. Then we've got a three-way match for the AEW International Championship. This is Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Takeshita. Will Ospreay right now is your champion. I'm going to say it's too early for Ricochet. I almost want to just say that Ospreay is probably going to keep it, but it's probably going to be with a DQ finish, which I know you don't see much. Well, no, you're not going to have a DQ finish. 3-way.
Right.
So I'm just going to say Ospreay keeps it, bruv.
Probably, but I'm thinking I'm not. It seems like it's probably the most likely, but I just get a feeling that this is going to be the time that they decide to put a belt on the couch.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, they're going to keep going with the Ospreay Ricochet thing, but, like, do they, as big of a match as that is, as much as people care about that, do they really need a title for that?
All right, so you're sticking with Ospreay, though?
No, I'm going to go with Takeshita, but it's one of those things where Ospreay, it wouldn't at all surprise me if they just have Ospreay retain, but I think it's going to be Takeshita.
All right. This is where I know there's probably no reason to do this, but this is where I'm kind of hoping they change titles right here in this match. Young Bucks versus Private Party. This is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and I really feel it's time for the Young Bucks to get those titles off of them. I know Private Party hasn't done a lot to really earn them lately, but I really think the Young Bucks don't need these titles anymore. I think they've got to put it on someone else. I think that might fucking turn a tide, believe it or not.
I'm actually going to surprisingly agree with you on this one. I think Private Party is going to win, and I wouldn't have thought so had I not have seen Dynamite. Just because they had them cut a whole big promo about how they never got booked for a tag team match, like just a regular straight up 2v2 tag team match on any of the pay-per-views in 5 years. And how this is their moment. They're actually finally getting a chance to compete on a pay-per-view in a regular tag match. And, you know, how all this shit, like, they even had what's his name? I can't remember his name. They had tried to get the guy to recruit them. The guy who was managing
Mark Sterling?
No, not Mark Sterling. Stokely Hathaway. They were getting Stokely Hathaway.
Right. Yeah, I should have
tried to recruit them. And I don't think that they make this whole big deal about how they never got booked on a pay-per-view before in a tag match and how this is their big moment, their big opportunity, and they have Stokely Hathaway trying to court them if you're just going to have them lose. Yeah. So that's my guess, is they're going to actually try to give them a push.
All right, nice. I'm hoping that's the match that they decide to make a change on. All right. Then, so we can pass that, go right down here to the bottom. Then we have the Women's World Championship, which is going to be Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. That is, okay, Mariah May. I think Mariah, oh my God. They've been really giving Willow this little push lately, but I think her chasing the title is better. I think Mariah May is doing just fine with it. Mariah May.
Same, yeah, Mariah May.
Yeah. So now we got Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. Singles match. Jay White just making a comeback. Might be a great idea to give him a win. I think Page wins, but there's a DQ. The Bang Bang gang gets involved in this one, and we have fuckery.
Yeah, it's hard. This one's really hard because Jay White just got back, so it doesn't seem like it makes sense to have him lose. But then you want Hangman to have momentum, so it doesn't really make sense for him to just beat Swerve in his next pay-per-view match. He loses. So I'm gonna go maybe no contest, but if I had to pick one person, I'd say I'd pick Hangman.
Well, yeah, that's kind of. I mean, that's sort of what I got Hangman losing by DQ too. Like I said, Bang Bang Gang attacks him or something. I think that's where we're going to end up in this match. Fuckery, which doesn't happen a lot in AEW, but if you can't have Page lose, and you really don't want Jay White to lose right now with just coming back either, right. You got one choice. Fuck finish. This is it.
Fucking double count out, man.
Oh, that'd be awful.
I know, but I mean,
they don't count anyone out in fucking AEW. So if they did it now, it would look weird. So I'd rather have the Bang Bang Gang come down and then No one's coming down to save Hangman because he's been an asshole. So that's the only way I would do it, because this story should continue.
Sure.
So we're both going with Hangman by hook or by crook. All right.
That's right.
All right. We have the MXM collection, which is Mansoor and Mason Madden, which used to be the two guys in the models.
Yeah, the maximum models. It's still the same gimmick. They just can't use it.
Right. Can't use the same name. Versus the Acclaim.
Mm-hmm.
This is the tag team match. 2 out of 3 falls match.
No, that's the next match. This is just a regular tag match.
Oh, you're right. My God, I'm sorry. I didn't see the line. You're right. It's this is just a regular tag team match. Thank you, Smart, for correcting me.
You didn't see the line because there's not a line. It's bleeding together for some reason. It was formatted weird.
Yeah, there is a line. You just can't see it very well on there. But if you go to the big, if I go to the actual website, there's a line.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little burnt out there for some reason. But yeah, tag team match. MXM collection versus the Acclaimed. Nobody knows the MXM collection. There's no reason for them to win. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed.
So they have actually, MXM has been doing a lot of promos, but they just all of them relegated to Collision for all the time. I don't know why. It sucks because they're like, all the promos are super fucking entertaining. A lot of the promos have like a lot of just like androgyny, or not really androgyny, just like a lot of innuendo and like double entendre in them. Like the kind of like they did a little bit of like a like fucking, I forget who they were talking about, but Mansoor was like, yeah, you blasted me in the face. And that was not the first time that day I was blasted in the face by a man. But that's a story for another. And it's just like, they just do shit like that. And it's like, it's really fucking funny and really entertaining. Like kind of almost like androgynously gay duo or whatever. Ambiguously gay duo.
Ambiguously gay duo. That's exactly what I was thinking. God, those were hilarious.
Yeah, their promos are fucking great, but they just keep them relegated to Collision, so I don't ever get to see them. And I don't know if they've had any interaction with the Acclaim during this like pay-per-view cycle. I would know that because they have to have had some fucking pretty funny segments together. If they did interact. I don't know if they did or didn't.
I mean, I guess you could have a fluke win here and get these guys known, but I'm still going with the Acclaimed.
I want them to win. I'm gonna go the Acclaimed, but I really want them to win because I want the MXM's been entertaining, and I don't know why they didn't work in WWE and why everyone hated them. Like from what I saw, it was really fucking entertaining.
I didn't really know much about them, so
I only saw a couple segments that they did in WWE, but it was just I enjoyed them. I thought it was a fun gimmick. They would because they have them, and they also not WWE in AEW now. They have the like the Outrunners, I think they're called, and they're doing like the whole fucking old school '80s like fucking neon tassels, like fucking. Just old school WWF style gimmick. And it's just like it fucking people love it, but you just never see any of it because it's on Collision. Who the fuck watches Collision?
Yeah, but they're doing good in merch sales. So
hell yeah, that.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I did read that a couple weeks ago. Hologram versus the Beast Mortos. This is the 2 out of 3 falls match, folks. Why?
Fucking for real. This could be on an episode of Collision. This could be on an episode of Dynamite. I don't think they don't have a feud. And I know they don't have a feud because you had Hologram on the show and they didn't interact.
No, they didn't. Okay. Tony loves this hologram, dude. Hologram.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, why? That's my only. Why? Why is this a 2 out of 3 falls match? What the? What? All right. I'm gonna shut up.
We're finally getting the blow off of the long discussed and talked about Hologram versus Beast Mortos.
Yeah, I mean this long awaited blow off to this match. I mean, I can't believe these guys aren't fighting in a fucking inside of like a bullfighting arena with all the tension these guys have had against each other with spears and axes and bows and arrows.
From what I am led to believe, this is apparently like the CM Punk Drew McIntyre version of like Collision.
Oh, are they fighting over a bracelet?
Oh no, I meant to say Rampage. This is like the Rampage version of the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk feud. They just like they have this like blood feud that no one watches because it's on Rampage. I don't even think they really do have a feud. I think just fucking this match came out of nowhere.
Did Hologram steal one of his horns?
Yes, he stole one of his horns and he like put it down his
See,
pants.
now that's a fucking blood feud. See, this is something I want to see. That is good.
He gave his horn to Ricochet. And you
That's-
don't want to know what happened next.
That's good TV. See, they knock him out, okay, and they get one of those fucking die grinders and they grind that horn off of there. You know, that'd be fucking awesome. Yeah.
They should have fucking. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not too late. I don't know if he's going to lose or not. But if Danielson wins, they need to have a match where Danielson is like in the back wearing like a red flannel, and Mortos just charges at him.
I don't know why I did that.
Tries to fuck him up. He's like, "Oh shit, the fuck, oh shit, the flannel."
I'm sorry. Just something took over.
I'll fucking kill you, but oh shit, you can't wear red around that man.
I mean, we actually just at least gave this hologram be the versus Mortos match a backstory, Smart. I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Okay, so he stole his horn. All right, see that now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting
He smuggled his horn.
My God, he smuggled it? What?
He swoggled his horn.
Swoggle, holy shit. Poor Hornswoggle.
That's
My
right.
God, this guy gets treated like shit in companies he's not even in.
Yet.
Bryan Danielson, folks, versus Jon Moxley. Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley singles match. This is for the AEW World Championship. You know, Bryan keeps doing these interviews where he tells them how much, you know, he even did one like today that's even said he lost some feeling in his legs when he was in the match just a couple days ago. And he's really getting, sometimes I don't know with him if it's storyline or if it's not, but I just don't think we're going to have Danielson doing this very long. But, man, there's so many outcomes because you got that whole crew now against Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Could they take the title off of Bryan so fast? Could this be the reason that we got that match last week with him and Okada?
As much as we shit on like Dynamite for what it is or isn't, and rightfully so, I think there's been a lot of weird decisions on Dynamite. There's been a lot of like lack of build for a lot of things on this pay-per-view. They're doing a really good job of like making it hard to decipher who's going to win with this and who isn't. Because like the Moxley promos are really good. He's really doing a solid job of making himself look like a legitimate threat, which he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more they keep putting out about Danielson potentially being injured, now he's been saying for fucking time and continuum now that he needs surgery by the end of the year. And you even have fucking Wheeler Yuta out there with him in the tag match wearing like the same color scheme of like, you know, paying homage, paying tribute, like it's almost like it's his last hurrah or something. Like they have done such a good job of just making this incredibly hard to predict, making it unpredictable. Which good job, good on him.
Exactly, it's a very good job because I mean you've got a storyline here both fucking ways, but I would figure, I mean, see if this were WWE, it would be simple. There would be a fuck finish and nothing would, you know, we'd be fine. Everybody would bitch about it the next day, and Triple H would go online or go on a press conference and everyone would love his answer. So it wouldn't be a problem. I don't see AEW doing that. I do see a definitive winner here, but I mean, you've got Marina Shafir, you've got Claudio, you got Pac, and all Danielson has is Wheeler. So unless couple of guys come out to help him keep the win, which they could, be cool if the Hurt Business came, or the Hurt Syndicate, I believe they're going to call themselves now, came out there and helped him out just for a weird reason. I'm just going to say Danielson keeps it. I don't know how they're going to get to it, but Danielson's got to keep this thing. Moxley's going to bleed. And there we go. I'm doing it. That's it.
There's also the wild card of just that Christian still has his title shot anytime he wants it. So you could have Danielson win that, and you have Christian cash in on him after like Blackpool comeback while beats down Danielson or whatever. To further complement how good of a job they've been doing, blurring the lines and making things unpredictable, I'm gonna pick Moxley because it feels like he's gonna win, which is surprising, but it seems like it's a little bit too early. But they've done a really good job of just making you think he could win it, especially because if you believe in the old cliche of like whoever like looks good on the go home show if they end up losing, like Danielson basically kicked his ass the entire fucking end of the show.
True. But well, there you go. That's Wrestledream, folks, coming up Saturday. We'll probably be talking about it next week.
I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good show.
It should be. I don't think Cheese is really looking forward to it, and he doesn't have to watch it.
No, he's good.
Unless he feels like joining us next week, then he can watch it if he wants to.
Break down this. Yeah, he said it feels like it doesn't matter who wins any of these matches. Any of the matches, anyone who watches this is going to be loser. I'm assuming he's probably talking about Dynamite, but then I don't know. Could be talking about Wrestledream too.
Well, we were talking about Wrestledream, so
yeah. Well, I mean, he's like we were talking about. They didn't really do a great job of building a lot of these matches, but really they kind of always do this, or they have been doing it the last couple of shows. They just rely on people wanting to see the match instead of like giving them a reason to see the match, just based on like who's on the who's going against each other on the card. Is more of just like, hey, I want to see this person wrestle this person, not, hey, this story they've been telling is so entertaining that I want to see this.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to check it out, and we will be talking about it next week, and we'll see how it goes. But they did make a few of those matches pretty hard to decipher, so we'll see what happens. And I mean, that some would say it's a good thing, some would say it's a very bad thing. You should be more predictable.
I like it.
I like it too, man. Smark, tell him about them big old titties.
Hey, yes, of course.
Not
Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Well, been working out on the chest quite a bit. Anyways, if you have listened to me prattle on for the last 2 hours or so, and you said, hey, want more of that, well, bad news if you watch this week's episode of Tits because I'm not on it. But good news if you're tired of hearing me run my fucking mouth because I was absent this week at Tits. But next week, 8:30 Monday, I'm going to be there. We'll be talking about the NFL. We got the NCAA, college football. NHL is back. There's fucking MLB playoffs is going on. There is a whole fucking litany of things going on in the sports world. We'll be talking about most of them. And probably also going to be saying some inappropriate things because that's what we do is totally inappropriate team sports. Check us out. Tits.
All right. There y'all go. Definitely be checking out Smark and the crew over there on the titties or tits, not titties. Don't type in titties. You're going to get in trouble.
By the by, Matt outed himself. He's one of those people. I don't know if you're also one of these people, so I'm going to not be so harsh in judgment. He does not wash his feet in the shower.
Like get down there and wash them?
Right. Yes, he does not apply soap to his. That's what I'm led to believe because I said that there are some people in the group chat. There are some people that do not wash their feet in the shower. I mean, he strongly implied that he is one of those people, and I love the man still, but that I've lost just a modicum of respect for him.
Well, I don't do it every day. I don't shave every day either, though. I'll tell you one thing that people do find gross. I don't wash my hair much because it just doesn't agree. My hair is weird already. I mean, I did get a haircut, as y'all can see. I don't know why it's got this little spike look like fucking Michael Richards here. Like actually, it's a little Eddie Munster going here. But
you're technically not supposed to wash it every day.
Your
hair is supposed to have a natural level of like grease or something to it. I do every day. I take it because every day I take a shower. Just every day I hit the hair, I hit the feet, I hit all of it. But yeah, you're technically not supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, I like wash out. I mean, I like rinse out my hair very well every day because I do use gel and I don't want it to get nasty, but I don't know, when I clean when I wash my hair, it takes me a week to get my hair to come back to the way it was.
She says if I don't wash my head every day, it'll itch like a motherfucker. I'll have that feeling too. I'll feel like I'm unclean if I go out of the shower.
Yeah, but I do use besides the gel, I also every now and then I do put some sort of scalp treatment that my wife has that I do use that. So my head never feels itchy. It never feels dandruff. I've never had like dandruff. I mean, no white on my shirt, black shirt. So
I'll get dandruff if I don't wash my hair.
See, everybody's a little different, but I don't wash my hair much. But I don't say I wash my feet every single day, but I got a little seat in my shower, so I'll sit down there and I usually have 4 or 5 minutes to kill by the time I'm done doing everything, shaving and everything. So shaving and soaping. So yeah, I'll put a little on the hands, reach down and give myself a little toe massage. It doesn't tickle if you wash your feet in the shower. Not to me, at least.
I get all of this shit. I get the top, I get the bottom. I have a shower chair. So I'll just fucking sit in the shower chair and just wash my feet.
I had one in the other house, but this shower actually was built with a seat.
Nice.
Oh, it's not very comfortable. We need to get a little pad for it, but it does the job, man. It's a nice little thing. I like sitting in the shower, so it really helps me. But I do. I would say I am a foot washer. Yes, not every single day.
Fair enough.
But I do soap but I definitely every day do the shower, and I do the George Carlin. What was it?
Just yell swear words loudly in the shower.
Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Not with the same brush.
Just like, whoa, easy now.
Yeah, not with the same brush. Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Sorry. Teeth and teeth. That's what George Carlin used to say. I do make sure I do that.
That's so wrong. Cheese wants to know who's a waffle stomper.
Is there some words the kids use, and I'm gonna not know what it is?
If I remember correctly, what that phrase is it's been in the vernacular for a while. If I'm correct, what he means by that is that you take a shit in the shower and you stop it so that it goes down the drain.
Nope. Never, ever, ever. Dude, if I gotta pee, I get in the shower. No. I mean, if I gotta take a very small little, just like a little dripple, I'll do that in the shower. But no. My shower is my safe place. I like my shower clean. I like my shower. No. Never. That would be, oh my God, even step on it. Oh my God, I would puke just stepping on it. I'd be gagging.
How wild would it be if I just went on that long tangent about like how it's people who don't wash their feet are gross and how I wash every part of my body over and over again, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I shit in the shower all the time. That would be fucking wild. No, I do not do that. Gross. I fucking actually do the exact opposite of I thoroughly wash down there because I cannot have walking around with a smelly ass. It's just not happening.
Oh no. Yes, like I said, armpits, asshole, crotch, teeth.
I turn on the fucking vibrating function, so it feels like I'm pressure washing my fucking nasty ass. It's not a kink thing, I promise you.
Okay. Ricochet.
Look, no, turning it on vibrate is not the kink part. The kink part is shoving the entire shower head up there. Like I said.
While it's on vibrate.
Exactly. The vibrating itself is for cleanliness.
I won't lie. I have the little takedown thing, and I actually make sure the undercarriage is pretty clean too. But I use the sprayer. But I definitely get the undercarriage. Well, I'm kind of the same as you, and I make sure that little soap is applied after every pooping.
I don't get super great water pressure, so like I have to use the vibrate function sometimes.
Okay.
To make sure that everything gets fucking taken care of.
I understand. But yeah, I get the undercarriage. Dude, if I I shit, I shower. There's no question about it. My wife hates it. She hates it. If I shit, I shower. So I'm with you, man. I like to keep the undercarriage nice and shiny, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Might even put some Nair down there every now and then. Get it all shined up, buffed up.
Right on.
A little polish, maybe. A little end dust might work down there. Make sure that taint's nice and glowy, for the camera. I mean, wait a minute.
You can see yourself in it, pal.
And Janelle, get the end dust. All right. We were wrapping up, folks. I don't know if you remember that, but we were, and we're going to.
That was the attempt. Yes.
No, we are. We're going to. Cheese brought us that. That was a whole subject we did not expect to talk about. Definitely check out Smart over on Tits over there. And again, folks, I've just got to take this Saturday off. I mean, you can hear me now. I can barely breathe. So I hope that's the dog's tail down there where Smark's arm is below Mark's arm. Okay, that's a tail, right, Smark?
I'll never tell.
On that note, folks, we'll be back here next week on Please Watch Me. Folks, if you have nothing else to do in your life, I promise you, watch the last 2 minutes of this show. And on YouTube, you will not regret it, folks. Don't forget to do the old subscribe thing. We get 25 more listeners. We can actually start charging you fuckers for asking questions, you bitches. We can start doing super chats. Let's do it, folks. Let's do it. Let's get up there. Help us out.
Create 24 fake accounts. I mean,
there you go. Let me fill my account in Switzerland, folks. But anyway, folks, definitely appreciate everybody coming on in the chat, and we will be back here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube. That's it, folks. Wrestling Outlet, Boxman, Smart, love you.
adios.